This is the Narrowboat Review, and I am Jack Beyer, your Narrowboat Reviewer. Today we're going to be reviewing those channels, narrowboat channels, that released vlogs on December 17th and 16th. Hi folks, this is Jack Beyer in Crystal Beach, Florida. It's a little cool today. It's like 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Last night it got down to around 50 for us here in Crystal Beach, Florida. That's chilly. So I've got my trusty hot chocolate today. And if you're cold there in the UK, why don't you just put me on hold and go get a cup of hot chocolate? Sound good? Or just maybe a cuppa. Well, today we're going to talk about 16 narrowboat vlogs that have been released in the last 2 days. I cut it off today at noon your time, so there will be more vlogs coming out today on the 17th, but I want to get this out the door. Let's finish this one up. So, our first up, Narrowboat Changing Pace. And of course, this is Louise and Dave. They're on a warmer day, thank goodness, going on a cruise up the Stafford Worcester. And it's a very pleasant cruise. Louise, as usual, is doing her picture-in-picture. And as usual, her word balloons. Her word balloons this cruise on this video, by the way, are really funny. You might want to watch it just for that. She's got a really nice sense of humor. It's a great couple. It's a great vlog. I recommend it. And we're lucky, folks. We've got another vlog from Gary Captain Phillips. This is a throwback. He has since moved out of Chester, but we haven't seen that vlog yet. This is his last vlog from Chester, and he does a very credible job, taking us on a walking tour. Even though it's freezing, even he gets cold and has to rush back to the narrowboat. But he has friends over. He has quite a few people, unsolicited patrons and non-patrons, just friends. Drop by his boat because they hear he's in Chester. And they drop off a bottle of wine or some gift, and that's wonderful for this time of year. Gary, you're a blessed man to have so many friends. Canis Bannon. As you may remember, this is the narrowboat Jorga, Jorga, and his Dutch barge, the Linda. And the Linda is what he's tearing down and rebuilding from the steel up. It's normally a building vlog. Today, he's got a lot of trash, and he uses this beautiful narrowboat, the Jorga, as a garbage scow, basically. He piles all of the material from the Linda into the Jorga, and off he goes through inner London till he finds a CRT garbage barge, and he dumps the trash. On the way back, he does some nighttime scenes of London. It's an unusual vlog. I'll leave it up to you. Maccaskin. We haven't heard from Maccaskin in some time, and it's nice to hear back from him. He's on a narrowboat pulling a bunty, and it's a nighttime scene. So it's he's heading into the lights. It's not Christmassy, but it's still a nice, interesting evening cruise. Frankly, unless you want to see a nighttime scene, I'd give it a pass. Aussie Boater. He did a bunch of vlogs. Most of them, I hate to be a rat, but most of them I wouldn't watch. His cruising vlogs normally are pretty good. He did a few of those. It's hit or miss. It's hit or miss with the Aussie Boater. He has a strong following and a lot of friends, and I'm sure they're going to continue to watch every one of them. But I'm going to pass. Narrowboat Precious Jet. This is Steve Terrell. Wonderful vlogger, very personable guy. He's doing a do-it-yourself strip down and build out of a narrowboat. And in this vlog, he's dealing with trash. He's painting his base plates again. If you're into a DIY project and a build out, this guy and the narrowboat that James built are two goodies. Under Trevs Travels. Uh, I don't know how much y'all know about Trev, but he is a true-blooded Englishman who went through, I don't know how to say this. He lived in Chicago. I've lived in Chicago for 10 years. And for people like he and I, we say we did our time as if we were in jail. We've done our time in Chicago. Trev comes back to the UK and he buys an aeroboat, and he is based around the Bronson Yelvertoft area, and most of his vlogs come from there. Recently, because of the lockdown and nothing else to do because you can't really cruise that well in the cold, he's turned to cooking videos, and that's what this one is. It's another cooking video. Have at it if you're into cooking videos. And as mentioned earlier, the narrowboat that James built did multiple vlogs, 2 or 3. And again, he's the man to go to, along with Precious Jet, on building out a do-it-yourself type project where you tear everything out of the narrowboat, get down to the steel, and then build it back up. And in this one, James is in the process of, well, in one of them he's laying pipes, and another he's laying down floorboards or bulkheads. This one, it's putting in kitchens. So if you're contemplating something like that, give it a look. Though, frankly, I think James is just good company. It appears the tiny narrowboat is due for some major redo, and in this one, it's heading up the cut on a cruise, heading to a marina to get the work done. It's pleasant enough. Most of it is a stern-mounted camera shooting over the roof with a nice soundtrack. If you're into a nice, relaxing cruise with very little chit-chat, this is your vlog. Whew. I don't know if I should continue reviewing these. If I want to be honest, it is a narrowboat vlog. But this is Faith Roswell. She lives on a narrowboat. She's, it's a generational thing. I mean, she's way out there. And, you know, I'm pausing because she doesn't really talk that much about narrowboats. She talked about her 5 dumbest things in her last vlog, and in this one it's the 5 smartest things. And none of those things, for somebody like me who's buying an airboat, are really that valuable. Very avant-garde, let's put it that way. If you're into a thoroughly modern Millie on a narrowboat, she does promise artistic nude photos in abandoned buildings around the world. Up to you, folks. I personally pass. Charlie and Lauren are back at their unusual places to stay videos. This is not a narrowboat. They're in a car. They go to Bournemouth, and they are there courtesy of the local tourist board who puts them up in a tiny house on the beach. Lovely accommodations. The only reason to watch this one is if you love Charlie and Lauren and their videos as much as I do. I do it just because I like to watch them, and they could be on horseback and I wouldn't care. I'd still watch. Life afloat this week isn't a narrowboat or a cruise, it's a dog. And Daisy the dog is sleeping on one of their legs, and it's 40 seconds of watching Daisy sleep. Pass. And they're definitely in my top 10, folks. I don't know, maybe much higher. But this is More to Explore. And it's Pete, Allie, and Zika on the narrowboat Soulmates. This is the first time they let us see inside Soulmates. We get a full tour. Pete, I got to tell you, it might have been a little too long and a little too redundant, but I'm still glad to have gotten into seeing it. So for those of you who are like me, you're More to Explore fans, and you want to finally see inside their narrowboat, it is gorgeous. It's a boat that they had commissioned. It was new to them, and it still looks new. The woodwork, the fittings, it's gorgeous. Next one's new, folks. I'm leaving on the cheaters here because there's a lot to say about them. It's very rare that you see a brand new narrowboat vlog right off the right out of there, out of nowhere, and it's a good one. This is a couple. It's Joel's or Jules. Excuse me. That's why I've got the cheaters. It's Richie and Jules. Jools. Richie lived on the narrowboat. He had this narrowboat for some time, but then these two got together and they shared her apartment. But the landlord decided to sell, and before they knew it, they were both, and also because of the pandemic, they both ended up on this narrowboat. They've done 2 vlogs. The first one was Jules just telling you basically what I just told you, only in a lot more detail. And the second one is kind of a tribute to a friend of theirs. And these folks are very thoughtful, very pensive, fun people. And in this second vlog, they've taken the narrowboat. I believe they're going to the Cheshire Cat, which looks like a beautiful place. They've got a wonderful dog. The dog, I think, is a greyhound. If anybody knows, just put it down below in the comment. I'm really curious. It's either a greyhound or a whippet, something like that. An adorable animal. And it loves to get into the narrowboat. I have a border collie, and it's a dog similar in temperament in that they're very intelligent dogs, but they need a job. If you don't give them a job to do, they're going to tear your place up. And that's basically what their dog is. You're cooped up in a narrowboat. What's your job? It's a cute dog. It's a cute couple. It's a nice vlog. Get on there, folks. Check this one out. This might be the next vlog that you hit subscribe to. Oh, and getting back to our narrowboat home. The dog's name is Captain Jeffrey, or Joffrey, the narrowboat dog. Or the narrow dog, excuse me. Captain Jeffrey, the narrow dog. And in this one, they are going up to Shroppy, and she does most of the filming, and it's very credible, very nice filming. And she does the audio, even though she apologizes for the audio. I don't know why. She did a great job. No, that's it. If you want to, give it a view. I recommend it, and I think you're going to end up subscribing. Our narrowboat quest. They put out a new trailer, and that's what this next video is. It's a quickie. Just turn it on to see what they got to say. It might cost you 20 seconds of your time. Our last one is Narrowboat Will. And Narrowboat Will is continues taking his narrowboat up the Severn River. And he gets in a race with the CRT. They're not oar boats, they're gravel and dirt boats. And these working boats, they move. And they're passing him and they're throwing up a wake, and he's intrigued by the whole thing. He finally ends up getting into Worcester, and I tell you, folks, he didn't show that right turn. I was sticking to the end because I wanted to see him make that right turn into that lock. I've done that 2 or 3 times, and that's the one that really scares me. Because as you're about to take the right turn to go into the lock, you're getting pushed down by the current. Now, it is a wide lock, but if you're in a situation where there's somebody in there waiting for you, you don't want to hit them or ram them. It's a tricky lock, and I was waiting to see how he did it, and I didn't get to see it, darn it. But you may get to see his vlog. It's up to you. Well, that brings us to the end of another narrowboat review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, would you please click on the thumbs up like icon down below. And if you want to see more, just subscribe and click the bell icon. And most importantly, if you've got anything you want to tell me or ask me or whatever, hit the comments. I love the comments. Whew. Well, I'm Jack Beyer, the narrowboat reviewer. I'm going to go get some more cocoa. See you in the next vlog.